Hey, I just wanted to say really quickly because I know it's really, really easy. I don't know if you can hear me, but we'll see, I suppose. Because we all know it's really, really easy to start judging yourself and being really critical and mean and rude to yourself about what's going on your healing journey, and how you're handling things, and how you can start to, at some point, after you've examined your behavior so much, you start to do that a little too much, and it's easy to slip into that. So, but this is why it's important to start with compassion. It's important to start with the heart chakra. If you work with the chakras at all, and if you don't, then you need to focus on the emotions of it, feeling the emotions of things. And being looking at it in a way that this way you can look at it in a way that's full of more compassion, and you're not as critical and harsh on yourself, because that will only hurt the situation. So being kind and looking at it kind of like this with your inner child, when you're trying to change and you're learning how to be different, you're trying to change yourself so you can function in society. It's easy to get mad at yourself for being how you are right now, for being the version of you that needs more healing. But more healing, in other terms, you need more love. That's all it is. You just need more love. Whether you're starting on the side where you're overweight and you're obese and you're trying to figure out how to love yourself to a point where you don't try to protect yourself with the food and packing on the weight, whatever it is, there's roots to those things. When you're looking for those roots, or you're on the other side of the spectrum where you just keep repeating toxic cycles with relationships and you don't really know how to demand respect or create healthy boundaries, all of it is exactly the same. It can be frustrating while we're dealing with these things. But even trying to heal your attachment styles, all of it starts with loving yourself to the point where you're able to sit and understand why you did those things in the first place without being a dick. We tend to sound like our parents too, like our parents or our caregivers or whoever. If we are not careful, we can kind of become that voice in our own lives for our own selves. When we're younger, how frustrating it was when you were going through something and your parents refused to understand you or listen to what you were saying or even consider it. So it can be really, really frustrating, but as an adult, we can end up doing that same thing to ourselves. And having that same hypercritical voice, like on TikTok, they were doing somebody spilled water on the floor and it got the whole collective was all in a freaking uproar because they were being triggered by something, and she just sat there and relaxed into it and let everything kind of quiet down. And she made a point like, look, nobody came over here to beat the shit out of me. It's okay to make a mistake. And everybody lost their minds. So it's kind of like that. If you just be more patient with yourself and be more understanding with yourself, you can kind of be extra critical of yourself like your parents were, and their voice, the way they spoke to you, can kind of be your inner voice, and how you speak to others and how you speak to yourself will match. If you judge yourself and speak really harshly to yourself, start there with changing, because you can control your behavior better than you can control anybody else's behavior. So the second you start respecting yourself more, you will simultaneously start respecting others more, and they will simultaneously start respecting you more. It's a beautiful dance. It's actually a beautiful world. It's stressful while we're figuring it out, but it can take us 10 steps ahead if we just stop being so rude and critical of ourselves and judging ourselves for these things that really our inner child, our younger self, whatever, was extremely clever when they came up with those strategies. It's extremely clever. Imagine you as an adult trying to go and live in a situation like your childhood. Imagine you as an adult trying to go and deal with those people and not developing those same traits. You can't, because you've already done it, and this is what you got. You got all of this. Everything that you have today is a result of everything that you got before. So chill. Understand that you were very, very clever when you came up with those strategies, you know, whatever it is, whether it's the people pleasing or the overeating or the anxiety, moving this, that, or the other, even the freaking fear that stops you from living your life, even the shit that makes you very awkward, right? It all served a purpose at the time, and it was very, very, very clever at the time. So, but as it is, you gotta keep learning, you gotta keep growing, you gotta keep growing. Stop beating yourself up for having it and just start working on it. Christ alive, excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm drinking too much coffee again today. Anyways, have a wonderful day. I'm gonna finish my nails, and I hope that helps. I love you. Bye.